No, look, you can't keep us trapped in the refugee sector. We can't survive there. You've got us locked in. Thanks for your help. They would have crippled me for sure. Well, they work for the Exchange, for a Quarren named Visquis. He's looking to step up in the Exchange. The only language the Exchange respects is money, so Visquis is trying to increase his profits by using the refugees here in ШАДДАА as a cheap labor force. We're only good to him as slaves and merchandise. He wants to keep us in one place, so he can control us. That's always been the way. Well, except lately. The Exchange has been clamping down on the refugee sector hard, and I've no idea why. They've started kidnapping people, hurting others, but there seems to be no reason to it. You don't. He comes to you. If he's got reason to. Either because you can help him out, or because you're making trouble. Either way, it's not a good thing. Whatever your reasons, thanks.
Spare a few credits, friend? All right. I don't know much beyond the refugee sector here, but I can share what I know. This sector's filled with refugees from the Jedi Civil War, and even as far back as the Mandalorian Wars. Refugees and war veterans both, and anyone else who was rendered homeless by the war. The Jedi destroyed planets across the galaxy, and here's where the wreckage ended up. That's two names for one thing. It's difficult to tell in the crossfire, and the Sith were led by Jedi. In the end, it didn't make much difference. A lot of space lanes cross at ШАДДАА, and once here, it's hard to move on. Even fighter pilots from the war can't get work at the docks. The freighter crews are full up. There's no work here and no way out, unless you want to become a hired muscle for the Exchange, or work in a Hutt slave camp. Jedi Master? There aren't any Jedi Masters in the galaxy, let alone on ШАДДАА. This place is a cesspit, with the Exchange and the Hutts stabbing their claws into everything. But you know, I did hear something about a bounty on Jedi, though. Something the Exchange posted. Doesn't matter, though. Aren't any more Jedi around, so no one's going to be collecting that bounty. Not much to say, except it's a high price. You need to find a bounty hunter to get more, and they've been pretty scarce lately. You might have more luck trying to find someone connected to the exchange. And I don't mean some spaceport muscle, I mean someone connected. No idea. Could be one of them crossed the exchange, and they're looking for revenge on all of them. Well, they tend to lay low. To be honest, it's like with bounty hunters. You may need to do something to get their attention. Friend, you did promise some credits in exchange for information. Look, one other thing. It's obvious you're new around here. I can tell it just by looking at you. Now, ШАДДАА can be a rough place, and easy to get lost in. If you want, I can keep an ear out for you. Let you know if I hear anything. Life's been better, and every credit can go a long way. Just think it over. Haven't heard anything more yet? I'll come seek you out if I do.
I saw what you did to those exchange thugs, stranger. Can you spare a few credits, maybe help another refugee in need? Thank you, stranger. I won't forget your kindness.
Why did you do such a thing? Such kindnesses will mean nothing. His path is set. Giving him what he has not earned is like pouring sand into his hands. And would that be a kindness? What if by surviving another day he brings a greater darkness upon another? The Force binds all things. The slightest push, the smallest touch, sends echoes throughout life. Even an act of kindness may have more severe repercussions than you know or can see. By giving him something he has not earned, perhaps all you have helped him become is a target. Seeing another elevated often brings the eyes of others who suffer. And perhaps in the end, all you have wrought is more pain. And that is my lesson to you. Be careful of charity and kindness, lest you do more harm with open hands than with a clenched fist. Very well, but mind what I have said. Use your power, but in its proper place.
And what did he want?
Just answers to some questions. Asked about a Jedi Master of all things.
Really? Interesting.
Gerektada cemente bingar rukutoto und juju amataso benkish manensitsi. Fela dibono ta monikranaktada. Terewana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ron kawrekare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemenoto torere senesenten. Charanana gundoso remina che l'orakto guru kattada. Fiaratore padano ringatel camarada telefibo nubo da veterana cenirara. Va te vaca reware. Sono con cere nurigrom. Mone idere riba con doso. Varinkeshka bunsa telanzomenta tasa. Terewana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ron kawrekare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemenoto torere senesenten. Ah, besotre naga. Tunindo che raccontunzo desrata. Dune cici menendade secche. Delanna nada. Charanana gundoso remina che l'orakto guru kattada. Fiaratore padano ringatel camarada telefibo nubo da veterana cenirara. Terewana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ron kawrekare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemenoto torere senesenten. Terewana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ron kawrekare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemenoto torere senesenten. Terewana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto ron kawrekare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemenoto torere senesenten. Cetel firmiru sasha kare papanala ranshinga. Do rendisa gunik nasa farensenta sem kifiro astawe. Terasta ferenseta nelannan. Der rinto ron to wakare kwe wapa teratana chingaradana. Fera rampada no ringtada nel camera cella fibo nubodat. Dosene karamala blur incidera mel rebe chinchin kranaktada.
Tira un tush, que naga ifra de balar Hey, I saw that ship you flew in on. My ship. It's the Ebon Hawk, isn't it? She was stolen from me during a routine run in the Mid-Rim, near the close of the Mandalorian Wars. The registry's 34 P7JK. It's got a temperamental hyperdrive, and the turrets can be sluggish and unresponsive against fast-moving fighters. She's also got 2 secret compartments, one in the cargo hold, right near the plasteel cylinders in the back, and the second beneath the bunks in the starboard cabin. So, you gonna hand it over now, or are you going to be difficult? No deal. A ship's worth its weight in spice on ШАДДАА, and nothing's worth being trapped here another year scrounging freight jobs. Good to hear you aren't going to challenge it. That makes things a lot easier. No hard feelings, I hope. Don't worry. You shouldn't have any trouble finding transport off ŠADDAA on your own. I'll be going now. Get used to the solid ground beneath you.
Graci ubaci kompadła na muska na boska wamba. Relieba konentosza. Mancho korlema konchore bimasa. Ifrenken dashi plecht simron chore krenön. Nora hagwa buska yokolo laubaka.
Hara hinemas emanana hisnasta hiha.
Charno kutos nerema keras. Koronara kakera deshimende chirala.
You are no match for us.
Let us end this. Let us end this. This shall not stop us for long. Let us end this. Let us end this.
The bounty hunters have been laying low recently. Like they're waiting. Ugh, the stink here in the refugee sector is worse than the rest of Narshada.
Dawachosimu poindo rakawa ichirendu momopa ramakawana abawasi. You kroren wan mapusiti nolara. Dawachosimu poindo rakawa ichirendu momopa ramakawana abawasi. You kroren wan mapusiti nolara. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu es frektonatada ber mabarchokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me burokra. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu es frektonatada ber mabarchokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me burokra. Taranamo sibu indasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Dawachosimu poindo rakawa ichirendu momopa ramakawana abawasi. You kroren wan mapusiti nolara. Taranamo sibu indasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Tonoranga manakaran. Ipo inshallah. Tonos imaragith. Wanarakorachi drumka sa inchobin sasha. Graci ubaci kompadwana muska na boska wamba. Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Bornacinin sopa maranka wongo kumbiaste. Tonga buga shama zanini chonkai chitera ritsa sabata. Tiumpe, dove punta crita gino muleranni bono. Ichiret korangata inkuntanga waikere rotawa. Yatuka ulwan. Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Muliwrawa iberendia tia Vishnu nunca se. Utati ramat mandrakotu sa minaringkadin. Bornachinin so. Muliwrawa Bornach. Dovrei kun milivuosa slima pogwanga sawana mucha. Tonino bapin koneyaka. Chuba picha tuna yuma mochinawa. Tawinti ni ja biasta malavari. Iglati ta poi. Dovrei kun milivuosa slima pogwanga sawana mucha. Moloda nawinki sa toma no kamarundisi makaranti. Variki, mangra, doccia, scrini do pat. Slime non quairiti, criscorcia wintisi mesoto.
Malampas tarawando krimogawan. Kermaka trakta veshambash. Joruga gomoshi. Juto monshi dakajim. Jona yurturanga chi wi ita. Bamuslimo podan mawanga kun. Bis mula rabest. Bane suka kram. Jorga mata storch ban locha. Jun soba me rapa, no kuma randisa mak chiksa, kucha bak tong kinka mata kata, chopa wanga kun not kat yutka kes. Moga chi nota harempe wana chi, drum papa nakares magre, kavadumpa ku papa yi mokata, yuzuta monorcha das, noma inso dizinko. The hupo botenya go jucho picha, gwem taba ni sochu, norotoga proto lala shishi, juba dosa jibacha, ratak mansan, tokosha na chitolo. Takam tuchis miku mogo graba, kechichul ida hodonga, mi paden, tuning tachu kun ni best, kavadumba ku. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimorota kamsa javaskobo sabjob rijiso karvenokso mochitosa sagrindeyo. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimorota kamsa javaskobo sabjob rijiso karvenokso mochitosa sagrindeyo. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimorota kamsa javaskobo sabjob rijiso karvenokso mochitosa sagrindeyo. Sunaranga machochane dota lutu. Padu krem so chiche no shi wendido dron tite yoba morata gomana kova chokchi moskali miki mokba moka. Donina chiwa kota wind vorka no watama. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimorota kamsa javaskobo sabjob rijiso karvenokso mochitosa sagrindeyo. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimorota kamsa javaskobo sabjob rijiso karvenokso mochitosa sagrindeyo. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimorota kamsa javaskobo sabjob rijiso karvenokso mochitosa sagrindeyo. Drabinuka soba mamarma dancha nek mamamba kanta mepalen misuko chanira mosa fan rosota jus lamakiko davmamren yutifo diremeko ninaras kawanabota atagwa kanka dira. Yutaka alwanji yumalita, tues mahawika si wawanta mo go ika wansoba, wakama nurawa. Jowana masaranka ma ramazurata, keso jus grita lorsa, Yumacha fuego mikujira. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimorota kamsa. Javaskobo sabjo. Rigiso karvenoxo. Mochitosa sagrindeyo.
Jun soba me rapa, no kuma randisa makchiksa, kucha bak tong kinka mata kata, chopa wanga kun not kat yutka kes.
The hopo botenya. The cover.
Jun soba me rapa, no kuma randisa.
Haven't heard anything more yet.
Loka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Du rantamana sobu. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Donos emaragith. Wanarakorachi drumka sa inchobin sasha. Dosimana rachata. Loka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Du rantamana sobu. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
Dorota sinta winoto, putemali lichuna jichisca, un corda saboraco. Fasa susho wi, kanaina doka ches, kapatorondi loso chi rana bik na ji kachi a ubanta. Me koga rifti noso me mastolo, yokolo poi, tuana muki. Crimso chi mapo hirembi kachapas pato kruta mawi tonapa makaret. Dogini kamaren zuni inash di John Bla when so mas. Tongabaw shan uninong. Tonichi ramagrinzo mos rapana. Rakachon mot nichoran. Kuno konasa. Dawanga nochi. Roren, manama, kochpa ino shan opora. Poso ma britushniki tuk pamba, pora, tino morira nibo non kin un patno koktek, doki nikama renzo ni inash di John Bla when so mas. Tongabaw shan uninong. Hoshmanfu ni wado de kuta maasapa. Tong hitwa maji, yumaliba to ato into tune.
Tahupo boteño go jucho picha, Gwem tabani sochu, Norotoga proto lala shishi, Jubados Kavadumpe ma.
Do not go heretic.
Tahupo
Do not go heretic.
Tahupo Kavadum Tahupo boteño go jucho picha, Gwem tabani sochu, Norotoga proto lala shishi, Jubadosa jibacha, Ratak mansan, Tokosha na chitolo.
Heruta, Jinking, ni bobo, ni donjo. Watakla tungji, mula rayi mula kriti rite, krakolo mebosa. Dahupa, bosa kurata, go jujuto yoke, hiata yamba wajiake, yukito tune. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura, tayaita, ta bosananansata. Tarak krono king bolotonga chopa chavwa genro.
Loka kamarane. Tarana mosibu and dasarans. Tarana. Tarana mosibu.
Mepo patotoma nasisuto chasa. Kisorama madulun.
Tahupo boteño go jucho picha, Gwem tabani sochu, Norotoga proto lala shishi, Jubadosa jibacha, Ratak mansan, Tokosha na chitolo. Kavadumpe masuraku, Popayi boteña, Tachimorota kamsa, Javasko bosabjo, Rijiso karvenokso, Mochito sasa grindeyo.
Please, look, I already paid the exchange what I have. But oh, look! Here's the one with your credits. About time. Look, these gentlemen are getting impatient.
And what is it you think you have accomplished? If you seek to aid everyone that suffers in the galaxy, you will only weaken yourself and weaken them. It is the internal struggles, when fought and won on their own, that yield the strongest rewards. You stole that struggle from them, cheapened it. If you ever weakened yourself in such a way for me, I would rather suffer and die than have you demean yourself for me. That is not who you are, who you can become.
I fear that will be your undoing.
Then your allies are your weakness, and if they die, you die with them. And because of that, where once the Sith had but one target, now there are many, and you frustrate my attempts to protect you. That is all I ask.
Are you crazy? That was exchange muscle. When they hear about this, they'll come back a dozen strong and tear you limb from limb. All right. What'd you want to know? Jedi Master? Are you crazy? There aren't any more Jedi running around, let alone Masters. But you're serious, aren't you? All right, well, look. If I were a Jedi, I'd be where I could help people. As for where that happens on Nar Shaddaa, I have no idea. The bounty hunters don't have any one place where they stick around. Best thing I can tell you is if you want to find one, get a bounty on your head and then wait. Are you serious? All right. I must be doing something right for you to come along and bail me out like you did.
Such acts have their own strength about them. I had forgotten. It may seem that way, but perhaps it can become much more. I'm sorry, I did not mean to speak of it. Principles of sacrifice and charity. These are things I have not seen in some time. I'm afraid that it will weaken you for what comes. But I have said enough, and you do not need my counsel. Your actions should, as always, be your own.
Wish the exchange would pack up the refugees and ship them all off to spice camps.
Sarda chornilo ta beduana mataka nus dogulupan. Daka prota gocha jarkomati sochpan lorcha. Yota chisa barinish. Crimso anatis chi norta hirembechok. Wendin dobei. Machi tu pacha machalawaba. Dona sinton orakipa shakani. Kokparodunga nimisindo shoka, mushka me torundi, juba me mesing, ratzak manfrata. Jabalakish, tochimaka, lotologo besanus, misashlochut, uba volpa holosha, chuba dosojibicha, krotot short nachinomak. Jurun maba kodu soto me kogariti jakolo me bomas jabalakish tochimaka lotologo besanus misashlochut uba volpa holosha chuba dosojibicha krotot short nachinomak.
Your thoughts are disturbed. I can feel them like a shiver running through you. It is ШАДДАА, the true ШАДДАА that you feel around you. It is this moon, with the metal and machines stripped away and the currents of the Force laid bare. I'm surprised you can feel it. I fear the damage to you had deadened you to such perceptions. What you feel is the echo of the minds of these creatures within the Force, their anger, their greed, their desperation. It is life. One might as well heal the universe, but such manipulation is possible, yes. It requires that one be able to feel the critical point within the fractured mass, and know how to strike it in such a way that the echoes travel to your intended destination. Have you learned nothing? Healing is manipulation, and if you do not realize it yet, then you will discover that an act of healing depends largely on your perspective. Manipulation is done through propelling events, or selected ones, into motion. It is done through teaching, through example, and through conviction. And the greatest of victories are not manipulations at all, but simply awakening others to the truth of what you believe, of hearing it echoed around you in life. But let us be silent. Words and thoughts are distractions. Feel this moment, for as long as it will last.
Tonoranga manakaran, ipo inshawa. Dawa josimu poendo rakawa ichirendu momo para makawana abawasi. You kroren wan mapusiti nolara. Loka kamaran endosoran we no chabi. Duran tamana sobu. Tonoranga manakaran. Tonoranga manakaran, ipo inshawa. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu esfrekto natada ber mabar chokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me burokra. Vachabi doko, tonoranga manachunga. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Donos imaragith. Wanarakora chi drumka sa inchobin sasha. Dosimana rachata.
Doverin incha, yonona shitasa chuch. Wana tu mobayes? Dorcha no bankani honkades?
Torsenta winoto.
Tono tucha? Tocha ramakaka musuran kana.
Dawa josimu poendo rakawa ichirendu momo para makawana abawasi.
This is Serico territory. Get out of here before we space you. Got it? We are. Now beat it. This is That's a laugh. Look, blow out of here like space dust, or you'll be a new stain on the cargo hold. You've made a dangerous enemy today.
This shall not stop us for long. This shall not stop us for long. Let us end this. To battle. Let us end this.
You're tough to have made it this far. It's too bad you're not going any farther. I don't make threats, only state the facts. Do your worst.
Who are you? One of Saquesh's calf hounds? Adana. My mom made the mistake of telling Saquesh she couldn't sell me to the Hutts, so he took me. Yeah, the Hutts always need spice handlers for their camps. People are always dying there. Anything is better than this slum. Sasquatch and his thugs torture the humans, make everyone's lives miserable. After I'm sold, at least I'll have someone making sure I stay alive. Really? Oh, why didn't you say so? Oh, sorry about those things I said to you. You do look a little like a calf hound, though. Oh, goody, I was hoping I'd get to sit in this cell a little longer. Hey, you're back. My What are you? Yeah. Hey, you're.
Soon you shall know pain.
So kind of you to...
Hey, you look like a spacer. You work at the docks? Because if you need a crew, I'm your man. I flew during the Mandalorian Wars, and again during the Jedi Civil War. Yes, and look where I ended up. You need a pilot's license to fly the freighters here. They're tough to get without sponsorship. I'd greatly appreciate that. Hey, any luck? All right, I can take the hint.
Life's been easier since someone wiped out the Sirocco.
Greetings. Are you the spacer we were told about? Oh, we were expecting one of the pilots from the docks sometime soon to come and get us off Nar Shaddaa. He's late. I don't know where he is. I hope not, but you may be right. Thank you. To be honest, I don't even know his name. Some guy named Planor said he had a pilot friend who would take us for 500 credits. 50 credits? Why? I was afraid of that. I knew I shouldn't have trusted him. Thank you. I'm beginning to lose hope that we'll ever get out of here. Did you find us a pilot yet? Please.
Quit wasting my time. Quit wasting my time. Quit wasting my time.
Did you find us? Please.
I used to serve in the Mandalorian Wars. Then the Jedi Civil War crushed the Republic.
The Exchange's thugs are always demanding toll and tribute, and we don't have...
Monsikuno bosh tunabug samina nun horote mitisi mingro agorunto. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata. Ta cometa că blaia justing miki gongo beaste. Kun grabila king no mulara kichi kuta grasa kisha. Unta chiwita inka ki kraya na chawanga kone. Tong hite mosi jokia yumba ditawa e pawatune ruta.
Thank you so much for returning my Adana to me.
The plague finished off Gerial. Hope it doesn't spread.
Life's been easier since...
So precious.
That was so kind of you to help out Nadar and Adana.
Sarquesh has got us head...
Keep back. I am ill. Contagious, the others say. Really? The others say I have the plague. I'm feeling a little better. Thank you.
To show such compassion weakens the giver and the recipient.
If you want to find out what's going on, talk to Hussein. That was so kind of you to... Life's been easier since someone wiped out the Sirocco.
Another refugee? I'm sad to see another join our ranks. I lost my husband Lutra long ago in the Jedi Civil War. When Telos was bombarded by the Sith, some of us were able to escape on in-system shuttles. We floated in orbit for weeks before we were picked up by Republic capital ships. I think the Sith wanted witnesses to what happened to Telos, and I've been drifting from planet to planet ever since, only to end up here with nowhere left to go. You were kind to offer, but unless you can return my husband to me, there is little that you can do.
Welcome, traveler. My name's Husef. I try to look out for the other refugees. You wiped out all of the Sirocco on your own? Whew, impressive. You've made things easier for us around here. If you could convince the Exchange to take some of the pressure off, that would really be a big help. Thanks. Good luck.
Sarquesh has got us hemmed in like animals. I wish someone would sneak into their camp and rob them blind.
Let's see, 3 bricks of spice out to Elysia, then with a turnaround, no, that won't work. Come act! Here so soon? I wasn't expecting you for... well, not now, anyway. Yeah, well, I tried to explain that, you see, but, I had no choice. These thugs showed up, and they said that you could go space yourselves. And I was like, no, this is the Red Eclipse, and...
Haven't heard anything more yet?
Rishunko, Jova, Ninja, Jimba, Paxi, Treduju, Juju, Pitie, Primtaba, Nin Sochu.
Let us end
Don't waste my time. I've got a transport to catch.
Bogracion contichaum, King Lord Aitha-kun, Aitha-patisatong, Tiakun batot kaun, Chona choba. Tapichayubong, Chijiskapule, Chunbole, Watagratug, Jimula. Chupayubong labograturon, Agtichimait, Muleranyon chuba. Nihun kagratug, Jimut maliabist wet wata. Jiji, naudung chong yomabela yuman. Yomawamani boba, Lorda wish wanga shachi. Nihun kagratug, Jimut maliabist wet wata. Jiji, naudung chong yomabela yuman. Chopiti man punjame. Sashange bedwana mulera, chupawanga una konticha, chona konasa. Chopiti man punjame. Sashange bedwana mulera, chupawanga una konticha, chona konasa.